Check, check. Truth Talk Nation. Judo Woke Case. Check. Welcome, welcome. Judo Woke Case. Today is a special report. I had to do this one. Look at him. Money Man Joe Biden. Did you know today this character was in Compton? I think it was today or yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe it was yesterday. But this guy was in Compton, California, serving up soul food to the brothers and sisters. What a coinky dink. This the same guy that wrote the 1994 crime bill that put a lot of my relatives in prison like slaves. And now you're campaigning to be the damn president. And after you wrote the 94 crime bill, I can't believe the black people is letting you in their neighborhood serving, as you see, gravy and mashed potatoes, macaroni, and greens. Joe Biden. Let's do a little history first. First, let's look at Money Man Joe on Crenshaw.
Candidate Joe Biden is in LA today. He just spoke at Doolin's on Crenshaw in Hyde Park and talked about restoring the soul of this country.
Well, the poor are getting poorer, and the bottom is falling out of the middle class. There's no real ladder up for the poor these days. But there's enormous opportunity now because people are figuring out just how bad things have gotten. And they understand something has to be done.
Something has to be done? Man, Joe, you put a lot of black people, man, in prison, man. A lot of Latinos, man, sitting in prison right now. You trying to say something has to be done? You helped write it. You dealing with now the kids and the grandkids of the 1994 crime bill that you wrote, Joe.
Later tonight, the former vice president will attend a major fundraising event put on by Hollywood executives. It will be at the LA home of Sony's Motion Picture Group chairman Tom Rothman and his wife.
Enough of that. This character sitting there in Compton shaking brothers' hands. His cousin right here is probably in prison because of this guy. Come on, y'all. And y'all really sitting there letting this clown run up in y'all neighborhood with these fake ass smiles? Let's do another. Let's look at this character one more time. Shaking hands.
I'll let you tell me if I'm giving out too much, all right? I'm a Democrat. We give out more than we can. All right, what do you want me working on?
Well, you can't work yet. We gotta give you an outfit here.
All right.
Give him the outfit. Give him the outfit.
And this guy ought to be ashamed of himself letting them up in his restaurant like that. Her people probably in prison right now. Her people. I know they got somebody in prison because of this character right here, Joe Biden in the 1994 crime bill, him and Bill Clinton and Hillary.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
What you got?
What's your go-to soul food plate? What's on your soul food plate, Joe?
What's on your soul food, Joe? I want to know. I'm going to tell you. Crack cocaine is on your plate. Crack cocaine, man, is on your plate, Joe.
Fried chicken and biscuits.
Oh, nice.
But I can't eat it all at one time.
Hot sauce? You use hot
I gotta
sauce?
go to work, man. I gotta go to work. Hey, how are you?
And people just rolling up, shaking this guy's hand. She probably got a brother or a cousin in prison because of this character. And this character rolling up like he Clint Eastwood or something of the neighborhood. Come on, y'all.
Makes Crenshaw great.
Oh, nice.
Look.
Do you like, will you wear that hat?
I wear the hat. I wear a lot of hats, man. Makes Crenshaw.
Isn't Crenshaw the same area where they used to run up in there with tanks back during the Reagan era? Then after that, you destroyed it even more, doing the Snoop Dogg in them area in the 90s? And you want to make Crenshaw better again? Man, who knows? That's when Nipsey got killed at, man. And here you over there coming in as the devil, talking about make Crenshaw great again.
Oh, nice. Do you like, will you wear that hat?
I wear the hat. I wear a lot of hats, man, with that bald head.
Oh, that's not...
Enough of this character. Enough of this character, yo. This is the same guy, Joe Biden, that wrote the 1994 crime bill. Let's do some research. This is him, Joe, as you see. Political positions of Joe Biden. Let's scroll down. Let's crime. Let's blow that up. Let me see, okay. Let me lower it a little bit. As you see, Joe Biden wrote the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act, which deployed more police officers, increased prison sentences, and built more prisons. It says right there, let me blow it up. As you see, Joe Biden, you can read it for yourself. This is facts. Truth Talk Nation. But we're going to give you a little history, since a lot of the people out there now, they forgot about the Hillary, the Clintons, and the Joe Bidens out there. And I can't believe this guy is trying to resurface and shit. You know, this is what he helped create right here. Look at that. Let's look at that. Cities and cities of people. This is what Joe Biden created. Cities doing work labor. Look at them. It's like a Chinese factory, and they want to talk about China with the sweatshops. Let's do some history. Let's do some history right here. Let's go back. Where is it at? Let's go back right here. When Bill Clinton was talking, this was some years ago, but it was a protester in the background like, Bill, what about that 1994 crime bill that you got everybody in prison for?
Wait a minute. Okay, I heard it. Can I answer? No, you see, here's the thing. I like protesters, but the ones that won't let you answer are afraid of the truth. What she's referring to are the increased sentencing provisions of the 1994 crime bill. Here's what happened. Let's just tell the whole story.
Yeah, tell it.
When I became president, the headlines in the newspapers were full of, now wait a minute, I listen to you, you listen to me. Wait. Here's what happened. Vice President Biden, you guys know Vice President Biden, whose family comes from Scranton. He was the chairman of the committee.
Listen, and white supremacy, they always throw their boys up under the bus. He threw him under the bus real Joe Biden. It was him. Listen.
Wait. Here's what happened. Vice President Biden, you guys know Vice President Biden.
Throw him under the bus.
Whose family comes from Scranton. He was the chairman of the committee that had jurisdiction over this crime bill. I had an assault weapons ban in it. I had money for inner city kids, for out of school activities. We had 110,000 police officers so we could put people on the street, not in these military vehicles, and the police would look like the people they were policing. We did all that. And Biden said,
Throw him under the bus, Clinton. What did Biden say?
Said, you can't pass this bill, the Republicans will kill it.
Oh, let me go back.
You can't pass this bill, the Republicans will kill it. He did all that. And Biden said, you can't pass this bill, the Republicans will kill it if you don't put more sentencing in. I talked to a lot of African American groups. They thought Black Lives Mattered. They said, take this bill because our kids are being shot in the street by gangs. We have 13-year-old kids planning their own funerals.
And as you hear, the lady protested in the back like, that's bullshit, Bill. You signed it. Come on now, you just gonna throw your boy under the bus? And it's the same guy serving soul food in Compton. You know what I'm saying? Talk about make Crenshaw better again. That's some bullshit. I can't believe people accepted this shit. That shit's funny.
Don't want to hear any of that. You know what else you don't want to hear? Because of that bill, we had a 25-year low in crime, a 33 low in the murder rate, and listen to this. Because of that and the background check law, we had a 46-year low in the deaths of people by gun violence. And who you think those lives were?
So what happened after that with all the mass shootings all in Denver and shit? Come on, man. Let's go back and do some more research. I had where's the clip at? You know. Okay. Here we go. This is back when they were signing it.
Please be seated.
20 years ago, fewer than half our cities reported gang activity. A generation later, reasonable estimates indicate that there are now more than 500,000 gang members in more than 16,000 gangs on the streets of our cities.
Geographic area and who the leaders are. And if you go, what's incredible is they have evolved much the way that organized crime did, the mafia. When you look at them, when you look at their structure, when you look at their organization, and when you look at their development, you see these similarities, you see these parallel paths.
Skinheads and other hate gangs are turning their malice into violence.
The message today to the Bloods, the Crips, to every criminal gang preying on the innocent is clear. We mean to put you out of business, to break the backs of your organization, to stop you from terrorizing our neighborhoods and our children, to put you away for a very long time. We have just begun the job, and we do not intend to stop until we have finished.
As you see. Now that's some history for you. So we're going to give you some updates of what's happening right now because of the 1994 crime bill. Let's roll this.
Traumatic to a community when disproportionately there is an absence of men in the community because so many of them are serving such long sentences. You know, and having a parent that's in prison, you don't have your mom supporting you through life, or you don't have your dad encouraging you in ways that are necessary to develop. They're also wearing the burdens of their parents' crime. They didn't commit a crime.
My mother was incarcerated when I was younger. I was a baby, and I went into foster care.
I was in my mom's belly when he went to jail. When my dad gets out, I'll be 15.
My daddy's so far.
They gave my dad 20 years, and that's a long time.
A growing number of American prisons are now contracted out as for-profit businesses to for-profit companies. The companies are paid by the state, and their profit depends on spending as little as possible on the prisoners and the prisons.
So this is what Joe Biden helped create. As you see, the Biden law. And this guy got the nerve to be serving chicken and greens in Compton, California, saying, make Crenshaw better again. Let's look at this clown one more time with Joe Biden serving soul food. It's just all you got to do is search Joe Biden soul food. Here we go. Where's this clown at? Oh, there's TMZ. Let me get off of that one. Okay. But as you see, look at him. Serving soul food. Look at the smile right here. Come on, Joe. Look at the smile. Come on now. That's a classic right there. Just the other day, he all in Compton on Crenshaw. All in y'all hood after all this shit he created. The people in Compton need to be ashamed for even allowing this guy in their city. You know. But that's another day. Like I said, this was a special report. It's Judo War Case.